Good morning and welcome to Angel's Haven. This is my last video for 2018 and I'm going to record a few thoughts about how things have gone in my tiny life and where I see things going in my tiny life next year. Let me first say Happy New Year to everybody who follows my channel and those of you who have messaged me and shared my videos. I really appreciate hearing from you. I am not one of those people that wants to be a million blogger, subscriber. I don't want to get any awards. I just want to reach out to people who are considering going tiny or downsizing, whether you want to go in a tiny house or a smaller house, and share some of the things that I've learned by doing this. So I'll get right to it because I have to go to work today and you probably do too. So for the first comment I want to make to everybody, it's been an amazing year. I am really glad that I went tiny. I really like living in Park Delta Bay. I wasn't sure whether I would. I had originally planned to be either in the mountains or on the coast. That did not work out. It's still an option for the future, but I've lived here in Park Delta Bay for a year now, and I can see living here for about 2, maybe 3 years more, assuming it continues to be as commodious as it has been for the last year. For those of you who might be new to following my tiny life, I live in a tiny house on wheels in the California Delta. I live specifically on the California Delta Loop, which is a 10-mile loop, which is part of a configuration of islands formed by three rivers, the Sacramento, the San Joaquin, and a river with a Native American name that I've never properly learned to pronounce, so I won't butcher it. But the three rivers snake around to the east from the sea, where it joins is the bay near San Francisco, and there are about 7 islands or so in this area, island by virtue of the fact that they are land masses surrounded by rivers. So I live in what used to be a KOA campground and was bought several years ago and is slowly being turned into a long-term residence park. There are about 85 long-term residents here. 11 owner-occupied tiny house on wheels and a school bus. The rest are a converted school bus. They're called schoolies. The rest are RVs, mobile homes, and trailers. There is a communal area. We formed the residence group. There's pool, tennis courts. So it's a pretty cool place to live. It's basically like living in Forest Park or Central Park or Swope Park, except no crime. So it's been a challenging year in many respects. I spent about 10 months with no income, plowed through the savings that I thought would last a year, drew down a little more, and then of course the stock market tanked, which my small savings became even smaller. But I made it through the year. I did get contract work starting in about August. I worked for the last 4 months for a lawyer in Elk Grove. About 2 months ago, I started working for a lawyer in Rio Vista. That gig has turned into 4 days a week, and so starting the first of the year, I won't have to drive to Elk Grove anymore. It's about 45 minutes from here to Elk Grove. It's against traffic, so it wasn't a difficult drive, but it was a 45-minute drive each way. The lawyer in Rio Vista is a probate and estate lawyer, Jay Craver Williams. If you're watching, I find that ironic that I'm now doing basically what you did, except I don't have a California license. So, I'm not actually practicing law. I'm doing research, drafting, brief writing, that sort of things. I really like it, by the way, probate litigation. Who knew I would like it? So the house itself has posed some challenges. In January of this year, my first full month, in the tiny house, I spent an ungodly amount of money fixing or finishing things that weren't done or done right by my builder, and of course having the porch built. I wish the porch was a little deeper, but otherwise it's really cool. A lot of the work that I had done in January, I've had to have redone since then for various reasons. So, that's been a challenge. Uh, Fortunately, a few months ago, a couple, Derek Campbell and Kelly Pipe Campbell, who are a married couple who built their own tiny house, moved to the park. They'll be here probably for another year. Derek is a builder. Obviously, they built their own tiny house. And he has been able to do some things to fix the work that wasn't properly done in January. And he also built a bench. I'll do a video about that later. For my fold-down table, so now you can sit on both sides of the table, which is really cool. It's a little awkward because of the steps, but it works. And he built that bench using wood from my house in Kansas City, which is really cool. He's also come up with a design to reconfigure my bed area to make it possible for me to get into the storage. When we do that, I'll do a video about it. I'm probably going to video it while he's doing it, which he'll find annoying, but he's a good sport. You can follow Derek and Kelly at, I think it's called Tiny House Big Sky. Might be Tiny Home Big Sky. Check it out. I think it's Tiny House Big Sky. At any rate, they have a really cool tiny house. He's also going to fix the sink. If you've seen earlier videos, you know that my builder, let's just say, incorrectly cut my kitchen sink, and he put a splice on it. He didn't mention any of that. The splice came off. It still has to be fixed, but Derek and I have come up with a solution. When we implement it, I'll videotape it, and you'll see that. I've done a couple of rounds of downsizing further, clothes I didn't wear, stuff I didn't need. I'm giving that away. I donated a bookshelf to the lending library that we created in the community building here. That's pretty exciting. I've made a lot of good friends here. I haven't met anybody in the park that I would not consider a wonderful person. There is some community spirit here. They have potluck dinners at holidays and occasionally in between. Everybody has their own life, but occasionally comes together. There's an opportunity there that I didn't anticipate, and I like that. Let's see. My son came for Christmas again, second annual. We went to Sharon Albert's house again. Sharon Albert's, her husband Jerry Cox, their daughter Ellen Cox. I met Sharon and Ellen at Pigeon Point Hostel a couple of years ago. We think 3 years ago. We're not really sure, 2 or 3 years ago. And I thought it was 2016. Sharon thought it was 2015. We agreed that it was a few years ago. We had a great Christmas up in Windsor with them. They're a really cool family. So it's turned out to be a great year. More changes on the house in the coming months, and I'll videotape those. But I just wanted to say Happy New Year. I hope 2018 was as kind to you as possible. If you've had troubles, I hope you've been able to overcome them. I hope you're surrounded by people who love you in a place that you love as much as I love my tiny house. So thank you for spending a few minutes of my tiny life with me. Happy New Year, and here's to a great 2019 for all of us. See you next time.